Okay, good morning to you, all my fans and football lovers. Today is Saturday. I'm back again. Yeah, as usual, we talk about games across Europe and then also from different leagues. Yeah, we'll start from England as usual, and then also yesterday. A game between West Ham and Chelsea ended 5-1 in favor of Chelsea. 5-1 in favor of Chelsea. This is exactly what we're expecting Chelsea to do. We all know what they did to PSG in the Club World Cup, the FIFA Club World Cup in the finals. How they defeated PSG 3-0. And in fact, PSG were dominating in Europe as well as in the FIFA Club World Cup. They seemed unstoppable. It was a certain Chelsea that proved to them that you can beat any team but not us. So, starting the Premier League, everybody was expecting Chelsea to also dominate the league because how they managed to handle PSG, silencing them, expectation for Chelsea was very high. But last week, what happened? Chelsea drew with Crystal Palace at a break. Yeah. So many of us were highly disappointed in Chelsea because our expectation was high for them. But yesterday, they redeemed themselves. Yes, Chelsea redeemed themselves at away, beating West Ham 5-1. Chelsea defeated West Ham 5-1. And in fact, West Ham scored the first goal on the 6th minute by Lucas Paqueta. So everybody thought things would go on well for Chelsea. Even their first game against Crystal Palace, they draw, and then now playing at West Ham, conceding the first goal in the 6th minute. So how would the game end for Chelsea? But in the 15th minute, they equalized. On the 23rd minute, they added one. 34th minute, making it 3-1 by Enzo Fernandez. Then in the 54th minute, Moises Caicedo added one. Then Chalobah also added the 5th goal in the 58th minute, making it 5-1. When you look at the possession, as you are seeing on your screen, 59-49, that is, Chelsea did well by playing 59%, and then West Ham playing 41%. And as you can see, that the expected goal is 2.74 for Chelsea and 0.73 for West Ham. Total shot 12-12 each, and then the big chance 7 for Chelsea, 1 for West Ham. So this is how the game ended for Chelsea yesterday. This is how the game ended for Chelsea yesterday. So we are in the week 2 game of the Premier League, and then Chelsea started yesterday by beating West Ham 5-1. Moving on to Spain yesterday, Real Betis hosted Deportivo Alaves, and the game ended 1-0 in favor of Real Betis, and the goal was scored by Lo Celso on the 16th minute. And as you can see from the screen, ball possession, Deportivo Alaves, being the away team, dominated the game by 51% against 49%, and the expected goals was 1.95 for Real Betis and then 1.12 for Deportivo Alaves. Total shot 11 shots for Deportivo Alaves and then 16, and then the big chances was 3-3 apiece. Also moving on to the Bundesliga. Bayern Munich is continuing with their winning streak, and in fact they destroyed RB Leipzig by 6-0, beating RB Leipzig by 6-0. Harry Kane scoring a hat-trick. He got his first goal on the 64th minute, 74th and then the 78th. And in fact, it was Michael Olise that opening the scoring by scoring his first goal on the 27th minute. And then also Luis Diaz making it 2. And then on the 42nd minute, Michael Olise scoring again. So it's like by the end of the first half, it was 3-0 against RB Leipzig. And then in the second half, Harry Kane, the goal scoring machine, added 3 to make it 6-0. Making it 6-0. Also moving on to France, the French League 1, PSG is also continuing with their winning. Remember that last week they won 1-0 and then yesterday to 1-0 against Angers. Yeah, it doesn't matter the number of goals that you score, but depending on your winning, yeah, the 3 points is more important than the number of goals. But yes, it is goals that can give you the 3 points, and then as you are accumulating the 3 points, you are getting closer to the trophy. You are getting closer to the trophy. Obviously, in France, the competition is just a one-man show. Everybody knows it's PSG. Yeah, it's impossible for another team to stage a competition against PSG. So this is what happened yesterday for the week 2 games in the 4 leagues, that is England, Spain, Germany, and then France. So we'll be looking at today's games as well. Games that will be played today. Yeah, so this is it. So in England, we have 5 games that is coming on today, and then in Spain 3, in Italy 4, Germany they have 6 games that will be coming on, and then in France 3 games. So now let's take a look at the games that will be played in England. So in England, the first game that will be played at 11:30 local time here. 11:30 local time here will be Man City hosting Tottenham Hotspur. Man City hosting Tottenham Hotspur. And then looking at the number of times these two teams have met. Yes, the meetings between these two teams, they've played a total of 60 games. A total of 60 games. Man City winning 23 and then Tottenham winning 28 and then 9 in a draw. And then total goal score is 167 between the two. Man City scoring 85 and then Tottenham 82. So now let's break it down and then see where did they score these goals and then getting their winnings. At the Etihad, they've played a total of 30 matches. Man City winning 14, Tottenham winning 11. So the difference is just 3 at the Etihad. And then today, Man City is playing at home at the Etihad, hosting Tottenham Hotspur. And looking at the form of Tottenham, today will be today. Yes, we are going to witness a very nice game. Man City is in form. Remember that last week they won their opening game at away by beating, I think it was West Ham rather that they beat. Yeah, they beat them by 4-0. They played Burnley 4-0. So let's see how today's game will be. Remember that Tottenham Hotspur also won their game by 3-0. So how will today's game be at this 11:30? It's going to be a cracker. Yeah, it's going to be a cracker. And then also at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, there's also played 30 games. 30 games, Man City winning 9, and then Tottenham Hotspur winning 17. And then in each stadium, they've drawn. At the Etihad, it's 5 draw, and then at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, also 4 draw. This is it. In the FA Cup, they've played a total of 3 matches. Man City winning 2, and then 1 ending in a draw. In the EFL Cup, for Man City winning 1, and then Tottenham winning 3. And then in the Premier League, that is 50 games, 18 for Man City, and then 24 for Tottenham Hotspur. The ICC 1, and then that one was won by Man City. And then the UEFA Champions League, a total of 2 games, and then they've all winning 1-1 each. So this is the head-to-head start for this game. That is the game between Man City and Tottenham Hotspur. Looking at the game, playing a total game of 30 matches at the Etihad Stadium, and then Man City winning 14, Tottenham Hotspur winning 11. And looking at their current form, this tells me that today's game won't be an easy game at all. Although Man City is playing home, and we all know Joseph Pep Guardiola, his status, and then his performance at the Etihad Stadium. But looking at the current form of Tottenham Hotspur, how will today's game be? In fact, is it going to be a win for Man City or Tottenham, or a draw? To me, if you were to ask my prediction for today's game, I would say it's going to be a drawn game. Looking at how Man City started last week and then also Tottenham starting, I'm seeing a draw game. And even if one will win, maybe it might be Man City. But I won't be surprised to see Tottenham Hotspur causing an upset at the Etihad Stadium. Possible starting lineup for Tottenham and then Man City, looking at the 4-4-3 and then the 3-5-2, as you can see from the screen. This is not a confirmed starting lineup. I'm saying this is not a confirmed starting lineup. It's just a possible starting lineup. So how they are going to set up the players that will play. So this is it. Of course, there are some players, no matter what, they will start. There are some names that you are seeing here, they will not miss. Everybody knows that Erling Haaland will start. So long as he is in form, he will start. And from the side of Man City to Kudus and then Richarlison, definitely they will also start. So do not miss this game at this 11:30. Be on your screen and then watch the game between Man City and Tottenham Hotspur. Moving on from Man City and Tottenham Hotspur, in England, Bournemouth will be hosting Wolves, Brentford will be hosting Aston Villa, Burnley will play Sunderland. Then at 4:30 this evening, Arsenal will host Leeds United. Arsenal will host Leeds United. Remember that last week Arsenal won their game against Man United at the Old Trafford. They won their game against Man United at the Old Trafford. Then moving on to Spain, at 3 o'clock, Real Mallorca will be playing Celta Vigo. Real Mallorca will host Celta Vigo. Then Atletico Madrid will host Elche. Elche is back into the league. Yeah, Elche is back into the league. Some time ago they were in the Premier Division, but they were relegated. And then, thanks to God, they are back into the league and they are playing Atletico de Madrid. And last week in their opening game against Espanyol, Atletico lost that game by 3-1. 3-1. Well, we are all expecting Atletico Madrid to redeem their image by winning this game. Yeah, we can't tell. We can't tell what will happen. And then at 7:30 in the evening, Levante will be hosting Barcelona. Levante will be playing Barcelona. Yeah, Barcelona. So this is an away game for Barcelona. Remember their opening game they played away, and then for the second time in the league they are playing again at away to Levante. Now moving on to Italy in the Serie A. Genoa will host Leeds. This Leeds that we are talking here is not the one in England. So take a look at the spellings. The Leeds in Italy here is LCCE. Yes, and then the Leeds. So there's a difference between Leeds and Leeds, but the spellings and then the pronunciation looks alike. Then Sassuolo will play Napoli. Then AC Milan will host Cremonese. Then 6:45 p.m. AS Roma will host Bologna. Moving on to the Bundesliga, Leverkusen will also play Hoffenheim. Then Frankfurt and Werder Bremen will also lock horns at 1:30. Then FC Heidenheim will play Wolfsburg. Then Freiburg will be playing Augsburg. Union Berlin versus SB Stuttgart. Then St. Pauli will play Borussia Dortmund at 4:30. Moving on to the French Ligue 1, Olympique Marseille versus Paris FC. Then OGC Nice will also host Auxerre. Then Olympique Lyon will play Metz. So these are the games coming on today in this league. So in England, these are the games that will be played. But the big one in today's game will start at 11:30. Manchester City hosting Tottenham Hotspur. This is the big game for today. And then in Spain, the big game will be Levante playing Barcelona. Remember that Levante won their game and Barcelona also won their game. But looking at the strength, it's obvious that Barcelona is going to win. But I'm expecting a surprise today. I'm expecting a surprise from Levante. They are very stubborn. Playing against them at their own background is not easy. When you go to Levante, they make things very tough for you. But looking at the strength and then the capability of Barcelona, the chances of winning is 70-30. So the 70 goes on the side of Barcelona and then 30 to Levante. It all depends on how they will set themselves up and then how they will take the game to Barcelona. That will determine whether Levante can cause a surprise or not. So that is for you for today's game. So please sit back and relax, and then let's see what happened in today's game. But like I said, the big match for the day in today's league or in today's game, that is in England. Man City versus Tottenham Hotspur. We'll meet again tomorrow for tomorrow games, and then we'll see the teams that are playing and then those that can win their game. So for now, thank you, and then we'll meet again. Please comment and share, and also subscribe. Thank you.